So turn to your neighbor this morning and say, "You look marvelous." And also tell your neighbor, "I say yes to my calling." I say yes to my call. Beautiful. You do look marvelous, darling. So today is another very sacred ritual. You know, in Unity, some people have said, gosh, you know, in Unity you don't really have a lot of ritual. But this is our ritual time of year where last week we released with our dissolving paper that which no longer serves us. And this week, this is our white stone ceremony. So this is our opportunity to say yes to that inner call of our being. It's a time to reach a new level of awareness of the truth of what we are. And this is really not a resolution, not something to do from our heads, but absolutely something to discern by turning inward to our inner wisdom. So saying yes to a new name is answering an inner call of what is uniquely, powerfully, and beautifully ours to express at this point on our spiritual journey. This is really what the White Stone Ceremony is all about and what we will be experiencing this morning. So welcome. So, what has your inner wisdom been calling you to be or to do? Because you know, every single one of us is a unique, beautiful, whole spiritual being with a very unique and beautiful and powerful expression. So our calling, that calling to express all that we are, rises up from within us, from our true identity, our Christ nature. And so in Unity, we say that the name of something is its nature. Name means nature. So in biblical times, a name was a very sacred thing. Name changes in the Bible were considered to be symbolic of shifts in consciousness. So if you recall in the Hebrew Bible, Abram became Abraham, Sarai became Sarah. As they evolved and answered their new inner calling, their names changed. And in the New Testament, before Paul was the Apostle Paul, the story says that his name was Saul. And Saul was a Pharisee, a strict adherer to Jewish law, who was capturing and killing Christians. Saul had a conversion experience on the road to Tarsus in which he deeply transformed and realized he would be a Christian himself and go on to create churches. So it is then, when he realized his Christ nature, that his name became known as Paul. The name Saul meant personal will. The name Paul meant made small, restrained, little. See, upon his transformation, his personal will became small to the divine calling within him. His character transformed from personal will to a more enlightened will. His name change was indicative of the shift in consciousness that had occurred within him. His new name reflected a new direction, a new calling in his life. So what is calling you? What is alive in you that is calling to be expressed as a new name? So this ceremony we'll experience today is based on the scripture from Revelation chapter 2, verse 17, that says, Let anyone who has an ear listen to what the Spirit is saying. To everyone who conquers, I will give some of the hidden manna. And I will give a white stone, and on the white stone is written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. See, back in the times of Jesus, when someone served a sentence in prison or was in bondage in any way, upon their release, they were given a white stone to signify that they had completed their obligation and were now free. See, the color white represents purification. A white stone represents a clean slate, a blank canvas on which those who had escaped bondage and conquered the prison of the past could claim a new way of life, a new way of being that represented their freedom. So what is calling you to know your inherent freedom? To freely express and claim all that you are. See, last week we released the past. We said yes to being free and unlimited, being new. And that newness is what we're claiming today. We're claiming a new receptivity to say yes to what is calling us on our white stone. And only you know your new name. Only you can claim it. Our calling isn't decided by anyone else. It's your divinity that is calling for expression through a new name that is only yours. And this new name, this new nature that we claim today will support us in what is uniquely ours to do, be, and express. So in this white stone ceremony, what we are doing is turning within, and we're listening to our inner wisdom, allowing it to guide us to our new name. And this is why we moved our meditation time to this part of the service today. So before we move into that time, I just want to check in with you. Does everyone have a white stone and a little pencil? And do you also have a little half sheet of paper and an envelope? If you need anything, just raise your hand and our greeters and ushers will come. And so if you also need something to write with, just let the ushers know. Okay. Okay. Everybody set? So we have someone here. Make sure you have an envelope with your paper. Everyone needs an envelope. All right. Everybody set? Okay. So Jim, thank you for just bringing us into a sacred space. So let's just take a deep breath. Yes, take another deep breath. And as you breathe, just breathe into your heart. And just feel your heart opening, your mind open to the flow of your infinite wisdom. So let's just take a moment just to breathe and just to center and just to open. And just silently affirm to yourself, I am open to my inner wisdom. I am open and receptive to my inner wisdom. And as you breathe into your heart, feel the warmth of divine love that centers itself in your heart. Feel that warmth as you breathe, as you allow that love to express, to open your heart and mind to the wisdom that is you. And just know that in this moment, you are safe and you're secure as you open. You are a beautiful, divine, unique expression of divine light and love and life. And in this moment, just feel yourself open to receiving a new name, a new calling, a new way of being and expressing in this new year. A new direction possibly to take, a new possibility to unfold. Just feel yourself open and receptive to claiming that for yourself now. And if you haven't already done so, I just invite you to take the white stone in your hand. Just continue to stay in this centered place and just feel the stone. Hold the stone in your hand. And just like in the biblical days, when that white stone was placed in the hands of someone that had been in bondage, they knew that by feeling this stone in their hand, that they were free. They were free and they could create their life to be new. So just feel this stone in your hand and feel the newness available to you in this moment. The blank canvas that you alone can paint. See it and feel it as a symbol of infinite possibility. So in this moment, what aspect of your divine nature is being called to express more fully in this new year? And as you hold the white stone in your hand, begin to reflect upon a new name and just allow it to flow to your awareness easily. There's no need to force anything. There's no need to try and make something happen. Just allow it. Perhaps there's a new title or a new quality or a new career that is pressing out to express as you. I just invite you to calm the mind and be open and receptive to allowing that divine holy self that you are to come into your awareness. Give yourself permission to know that you have a new quality, a new name. Some people have written the word peace or love or presence. And upon that claiming, embrace and take on that expression of the divine that they are. Whatever name is calling you, I encourage you to go with it. And it might not even make sense to you right now, but trust that you will know what it means in time. Allow divine wisdom to guide you now. Allow yourself to be in the flow and to trust. Trust your indwelling wisdom to guide you to a new insight, to a new awareness of your divine essence. Again, words might be grateful or abundance or winged one, or it could be an image that you draw that only you know its meaning. So So when you're ready, just gently take your pencil and just write on your white stone. And as a name comes to you, please just stay still and quiet. And as you write it down, just continue to hold your stone in your hand and allow a deeper understanding to unfold by asking your wisdom if there are any steps to take at this time. Now that my name has been revealed, are there any steps for me to take right now? So just take some time now, and when you're ready, just gently write what bubbles up into your awareness on your stone. So as the name bubbles forth, just give thanks. And I invite you and encourage you to just silently say yes. Yes, I say yes. So this is your new name, and I just invite you to claim it, to embrace it. Jim, would you continue to play for us? So we stay in this beautiful space of the heart. And if you haven't received a new name, it will come. And I also encourage you that as you have your new name on your new stone, if you'd like to make it a permanent color, there's some permanent markers at the table at the back of the sanctuary. You can go and you can write it on permanent marker after the service. And I encourage you to put this stone in a place where you see it every single day. Maybe it's in your pocket, your purse, in your car, so that you're always reminded of the divine essence that you are, that is so beautiful and so unique, and that this calling is calling you to express in your unique and wonderful way. And so now there's a second part of this ritual this morning. You have a piece of paper and an envelope. And so this is an opportunity for your new name to speak to you. So this is a letter from your new name. And if for some reason you did not receive a new name this morning, it's okay. This letter is from your divine essence. And so I just invite you to stay in this really centered, open place with your heart open and allow your new name or your divine essence to write a letter to you. So if your new name is Winged One, it would say, Dear Winged One. And just allow the stream of consciousness to flow. Allow your new name to share with you what it sees possible, what it knows. And when you're done, I invite you to put it in the envelope and write on the outside of the envelope your address as the delivery address and as the return address. And when the offering basket is passed today, put your letter in the offering basket, and you're going to receive it in several months at the very right and perfect time. So just continue to be in this space and allow your new name to communicate with you. Just seal your envelopes when you're complete, and remember to put your address as the delivery address and as the return address. We're going to make sure this letter gets to you. And just remember to place it in the offering basket as it comes to you. And again, you'll receive this letter at the right and perfect time. It will come come as a surprise. So let's take a deep breath together and let's affirm together. I say yes to what I am being called to express that is uniquely, powerfully, and beautifully me. Okay, let's end that with a yes. Together, yes. Amen.